Let's get ready for another round of fantasy penny stock football. Talking about football got me hungry for a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger Eddie, where you at?
I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... I just got burgers.
Welcome back to another round of fantasy penny stock football. If you're unfamiliar with it, pretty much we have a diagram where we go over each and every week, except for last week. I know, I missed it. Where we see our biggest winners and our biggest losers. We cut people, we keep people on the team, and if they grow past the $5 mark, well, they're off the team and into the Hall of Fame. Don't worry, we're gonna do the Hall of Fame near the Super Bowl in real life. With that being said, ¿Qué pasa, familia de dinero? I'm your host, Hacho, a truck driver on the detour towards wealth, and I hope that you join us on the journey. And I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's been subscribing. We're on that mission to 1000. Man, that sounds like that count off of Sesame Street.
Faster, faster, it is so exciting. I could forever.
6 bets. 7 bets.
But I definitely want to say thank you. And on top of that, if you're new to the channel, I ask nothing from you, not to like, not to comment, not to subscribe, rather get the information that you need. And if you feel obliged to stick around, well, we would love to have you. My daughter has something for everybody.
Thank you for watching, and subscribe our video and like.
And without further ado, let's go ahead and roll that intro. Okay, so let's cut the fluff. We have two positions that are going to be our receivers, our top and also our bottom over here. We also have in the middle our running back. They can only do short kind of moves. And then DPRO, which is going to be sitting in our running back, tight end position, can go forward or backwards. And lastly, we have our quarterback. Now, last we checked, we only have a few players. We don't have 3. We don't even have a full team. Don't worry, we're going to fill it up. Don't worry. I know. Okay, so we're going to stack it up. Exactly how did we fare compared to last week? Let's see. I forgot. I unfortunately didn't upload last week, so about 2 weeks ago. Let's check it out. Okay, so we have DPRO. Looking at it, I said, hey, we are sitting at $4.71 at the time of recording or making my play. I said it could go up to $4.90 or fall to $4.20. Well, it disappointed and it actually sat at $4.40. Can we get up? Boo, you stink. I know. So we're at 1 touchback, no touchdowns. Unfortunately, a bad call right there. Now, had I uploaded last week for the fantasy penny stock football, I would have been up. Next is going to be PRZO, and I put it in the quarterback position because I wasn't sure where it was gonna go, but oh, did it pull a nice little move. I said, hey, if it goes up, it'll go up $2.02. If it goes down, it could go down to $1.75. Can we get up? Touchdown, baby. We hit a touchdown, so that's nice. We definitely, now Holo. I messed up and I put it in the receiving position. Man, I really wish I made a video about Holo, but it went crazy, absolutely crazy. It went up $7 from $1.31, and I put it in the receiving position trying to make, and it was on accident. And I do have to say, it was $1.31. I said it could run up to $1.39, being bullish because we have to in the receiving position, have to go up. And I definitely have to say that's a touchdown. Now, that's a conversation that we'll have on the side with the video. So what are going to be my 2 other positions? Well, let's go ahead and Let's go ahead and start with the new diagram. Okay, some of you guys been asking me, is it the Discord or the Patreon? Now, Discord is completely free. On top of that, Patreon just gives you access and a role within the Discord that you guys can see my challenge of $10 to 1,000, see my plays, the good ones, the bad. On top of that, you can get the fantasy penny stock football, yeah, and all for the price of just a fancy coffee at Starbucks. But hey, you know, the Discord is completely free. If you want to be a part of the scene off of YouTube, check it out. Link in the description below. flow. And now back to your original scheduled program. Okay, so we have our very first stock, which is going to be DPRO. We got to find a placement for it. When it comes down to news, we have Dragonfly announces effective date of shares consolidation. And so significant reduction in total outstanding shares from 87 million to 3 million, potentially for short-term stock price volatility due to consolidation. So that is something to take in consideration. I am going to be completely honest when it comes down to Dragonfly. It might get cut from the team. And so I'm going to put it in the tight end position. I am not liking where this player is taking us. I definitely don't. And this is why it's fun to create this, because, you know, in a realistic way, you just go to your trading platform and then get rid of what you need to get rid of. But over here, you can really see, oh, okay, this one is just not, it's not doing what it needs to do. But obviously, we definitely have to put some action to it. So if it were to move up, I would like to see it. I would like to see it. And of course, we live in a world where what you might like might not just happen, to get it to $5. Okay, I want to see it at 5. Obviously, we have the consolidation, so it might push the stock up. That is to be taken into consideration, but unfortunately, we haven't seen that happen as of yet. And if we see it go down, I could see it go down to potentially the $4.20 level. So that's gonna be my levels let's clean that up. That 4 looks weird. All right, $4.20 level. Oh snap! All right, there we go. So that's gonna be my play for DPRO. Now we have next is gonna be Pada Zero Technologies. Man, this one almost got cut from the team, to be honest. And is there room to grow? I definitely have to say so. It's at $2.25. So we're gonna put this one. Like I said, you have to be extremely strategic. I say this one's a running back kind of performer. So I'm going to put it here, and concurrently it's sitting at $2.25. And if it were to be bullish, which due to the running back position, it has to go up. That's why I put it there. I say if it goes up, we might just see, let's go ahead and look at the 1 month. I would say, yeah, I mean, right there it's a 225. I would say 230. That's why I put it in the running back position. So $2.30. When it comes down to news, all they have is Pada Zero regains compliance with NASDAQ minimum price rule, which is great. Bullish news, but unfortunately not big enough. This was December 16th. No news other than apology, which I do not want to talk about. Next one is actually going to be Kit Nauticus Robotics, and this one I have not talked about on the channel, but in the armoire I have already talked about, so take that into consideration. If you want to join in Patreon, you guys get it a month before than the rest of the Discord does. But absolutely crazy amount of volume. If we look at the 1 year, it's definitely been sitting up higher, so it has room to grow. At the 5-day, it's been on a steady upwards movement, so that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it as my bottom receiver. And you know, this is a position that it has to go up. It has to go up, and I'm trying to click this to go off. And the ticker symbol KITT. All right. And then I do not like that now they have, it makes it a word. It makes it like those little squat makes it into a, I don't like that. So after hours, it was $4.72. And I have to be bullish, man. I have to be bullish on this one. That's why you have to be very strategic and where you put your players. But this is going to be my bottom receiver. Let's make that a little bit more pointy. And I say that the price point that we're looking for, man, that's the tough part, ain't it? It's went so crazy already. If let's go ahead and look at the 1 day, and it tried to hit $5. And do I believe it can? I do believe it can. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 501. 501. We'll see 501 when it comes down to it. Sorry for hitting the mic. All right, so when it comes down to news, All we have is Nauticus Robotics debt holder agrees to exchange of 33 million of debt to equity. And this is not new, but I mean, negatives, shareholders dilution due to debt to equity conversions, existing NASDAQ compliance issues. So take that into consideration. We'll do a whole entire video on KIT. Next is going to be RR. This one I did cover on the channel. This is going to be my top player when it comes down to it. And I know KIT moved a lot more than RR did. I don't know, sometimes you go with your gut. You're like, oh, I like this one. I think this one's a good player. And concurrently is sitting at $4.03. I say we go up to $4, and let's see, if we look at the 1 year, it was pretty high. It was on an uptick, but it sat at the dollar for a stupid amount of time. Now it's kind of ripping and riving. I say that we see about $4.50. That's a good, nice little movement for the week. That's of course that we, if you guys aren't a part of the newsletter, which is the ISN Investor Squad newsletter, that goes out every Sunday. It's actually about to be released in 3 minutes from the moment I'm recording. So get on that. Link in the description. So I said $4.50. All right, last one. You guys should know. And when it comes down to news, we have Richtech Robotics sell on persistent dilution and incredibly risky business model. I've already went over this. This happened January 2nd, so about 3 days ago from when I'm uploading this. HOLO, MicroCloud Hologram. This one went on an absolute tear, but of course there's things to consider when it comes down to the price action and what's going on concurrently, because the price is slipping. It was at $7 sitting up there, and then all of a sudden it got smacked down. I just wrote everything backwards. My bad. All right, there we go. HOLO, ticker symbol HOLO. This one was for not long ago $1, but of course some of us holders definitely seen it go what's it called, was higher at one point, because I mean this is actually, this stock is, I believe, below when they did a reverse split. So take that into consideration. I'm trying to get it to stop doing that, and I know that 5 looks awful, but when it comes down to that wording now, that I have to figure out a way to turn that off. Okay, so this is the one position along with the tight end, so DPRO, that could go up or down. I say, hey, if we see upward movement, we could see an explosion, because it's just one of those stocks that it could just move out of nowhere. And with the quantum news, I think it's just kind of, we went over this, we already talked about it, so I ain't gonna go over it too much, but I say it could go up to the $6 range. So that's a potential. And then if it were to go down, which unfortunately, I mean, unless they release their own press release, because on their website, I'm not too sure if they did finally. Let me know in the comments. But if we see it go down, we can see it go down to, let's see, what did I do for red? I just do red. Okay. I see it going down to about 390. Let's go. Let me double check. Yeah, I feel comfortable with that. 390. I don't know what's going on right there. Come on, make a 0. There we go. Looks horrible, but hey, it works out. Okay, so let's do a recap. Oh, and when it comes down to MicroCloud Hologram news, MicroCloud Hologram pre-market shares up 31% on quantum tech progress. We've already went over this. This was actually uploaded Thursday, January 2nd. And I believe it was another, I think it was January 1st or somewhere around that. That was the original catalyst to pushing up the price from $1 to $7. All right, let's go ahead and go back into it and see exactly what we got here. Okay, so if you want your own diagram in order to keep track of your fantasy penny stock football players, the link is going to be down in the description. You can get that on Patreon, as well as Patreon access to the Discord, and also you'll get a free copy of the level 1 my investment journey. So let's go ahead and delve into this. So we have RR $4.03 being in the receiver position, going up to $4.50. PRZO we have at $2.25. I put that as the running back, and that is sitting at a potential of $2.30, so not a major move. Next we have Kit. That's going to be $4.72 concurrently to go up to $5.01 if we have a good week with economic data. Again, the newsletter goes over that. DPRO is sitting at $4.45. This one may be cut, and I could see it go either to $5 or $4.20. Holo $4.54. It could go potentially up to $6 or go down to $3.90. We have a heck of a week. We have a lot of things that may pull its strings, but let's go ahead and finish off this video. Thank you so much, Familia de Dinero, for checking out this round of fantasy penny stock football. I definitely appreciate you being here, and let me know exactly what is your team. By all means, go ahead and drop some ticker symbols on there and as to why you think they're going to be your biggest movers. We have a lot of things that are moving within the small cap stock sector of things, but especially within robotics. Is it time for AI to shut down and robotics to rise? We'll go ahead and see that. Everything kind of works hand in hand, but without further ado, let's go ahead and close out this video. Thank you, Familia de Dinero. Adios.